Hey guys, Frightener22 here, back with another segment of At the Movies. And today was a really long work day, but I did manage to sneak out an extended lunch break, if you will, and I managed to sneak out and see Jennifer's Body. Now, this film was actually really looking forward to seeing, and this is like pre Megan Fox potential naked scenes coverage. This was like back when I had heard that, it was a new Diablo Cody scripted film with horrific elements, all that stuff. So I was really intrigued from the get-go, just based on Diablo Cody, who I think is a really, really great writer. I mean, I loved Juno. I really did. I mean, there were people that were really all about it, and then people that saw it and didn't really quite understand what the hype was. I mean, I really saw it, like, it was getting the buzz, but it wasn't, like, Oscar gold just yet. So I got it at a time that it was really before all that gigantic buzz about it. And I truly loved that movie. I really enjoyed it a lot. So, now this film, like I said, I was following the coverage about it for a while. So, once it got released today, I really wanted to run out and see it. So, the film, the synopsis goes a little something like this. It's about a popular cheerleader played by Megan Fox, who her and her best friend, played by Amanda Seyfried, they go out to a local bar to see, an indie band play, and Megan Fox's character is really into them, and she actually goes away with the band in one particular scene, and they plan on sacrificing her in exchange to become a really rich band, but they're under the impression that she's a virgin. Well, she's not, and as you learn through the movie, what happens to a sacrifice that is not a virgin is that the demons and the devil more or less takes over the person's body. So that's exactly what happens in this film. Megan Fox is not a virgin. She's a dirty slut, pretty much, and the devil's, the demon takes over her, so she becomes this really, cool, possessed chick who's just pretty much devouring male classmates. I mean, that's a good enough plot for me. So, I really dug it, guys. I mean, I thought it was really, really, really cool. The only thing that, before I actually went into seeing this movie, the thing that was slightly off-putting was when I started to see the actual trailers for it. I just thought that the promotion of this film was really, really lame. I mean, they really made this film out like it's this glossy, teeny bopper, type feel, and it's really not. I thought the promotion was, more or less shit for the birds. So I really felt that, the promotion could really, make or break your feelings on actually seeing it. But I really stuck to my instinct on seeing it. I didn't really get, stranded, kind of pushed to the side and, kind of on the fence about seeing it. I really stuck to my guns and really went to go see it based on what I had, initially read, and I couldn't have been happier. I mean, I thought it was really cool. This is scripted by Diablo Cody, who I mentioned won the Oscar for Juno, and this film is actually directed by Karyn Kusama, who previously had directed 2005's Aeon Flux, a film that I had not seen, and she has a really, really small body of work. She did, as I said, Aeon Flux, I believe, a smaller film called Girl Fight, and I think an episode or two of The L Word. So her, she's a fairly up-and-coming female director, which is great. I'm always in support of more female directors, in Hollywood. And she, Diablo Cody and her really gave a really magnificent product to everybody. It's really, it's a sharp-looking film. It certainly inhabits that, indie, hipster kind of feeling of a movie like a Juno. So, it really likes those, it really carries those elements. So if you like, the dialogue and the feel of, indie films like Juno, then I think this is really right up your alley. But, for people that are kind of getting a little, second guessing more or less the product after seeing, the promotions for it, I have to say, don't let it dissuade you from seeing it, because this movie, I mean, the violence and the horror in it is really gruesome. I was like so into it and really surprised at how, friggin' cool it was looking. I mean, Megan Fox is just devouring the shit out of bodies. I mean, eating insides, like intestines, and then, like, leaving them in the woods, and then, like, nature animals, like, devouring, like, the leftover remains. It was really gory and gruesome. Like, I'm really looking forward to seeing if, like, the DVD is going to be, like, unrated and see if there was anything left on the cutting room floor. So, that element, really surprised me, because before, walking into it, I had almost forgotten that it was a rated R movie. I almost thought that it was a PG-13 rated film. So as it went on, I quickly realized, like, no, it can't be rated R. And then, that really, the fact that it was visually showing me and reminding me, yes, you are watching a rated R movie. You really get that sense, and it was greatly appreciated that, this movie didn't really pussy out giving it PG-13 rating and dumbing it down, because the violence is really cool. Like I said, it really has that, that indie hipster kind of feel that Juno had, but I like it. I mean, I think Diablo Cody's screenwriting is really cool. I mean, I think that she comes really close to, capturing, at least the closest to capturing what teenagers today, how they speak and how they act and stuff. I mean, there's a great amount of teenagers and youth out there today that are, really sarcastic, have a dry humor, kind of make up slang words on the whim and stuff. So she really captures that feel, and I like it. I mean, I really dig it. There's like choice, words in this that I would like to use now in my everyday slang if I could get away with it. It's funny. They're pretty just pretty funny stuff. And the cast in this, like I said, is really cool. You have Megan Fox with Amanda Seyfried. The lead singer of that band that attempts to sacrifice Megan Fox is headed by Adam Brody of the OC fame. And you have other people. Johnny Simmons, who plays Amanda Seyfried's boyfriend in the picture. He played he was actually the young spirit in Frank Miller's The Spirit. And there's actually another character who plays a gothic male character in it, Kyle Gallner, and I liked his part, actually. Surprisingly, it was a smaller role, but he did what he had to do in the film, and he was really cool. I was happy to see him in this and know that I liked him, because he is hot off the trails of A Haunting in Connecticut, and I really wanted to see his acting chops, because he recently got cast as Glenn in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. So seeing him in this really made me like him, so I'm excited to see what he's going to give to the character of Glenn in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. So, like I said, this the combining of Diablo Cody and Karyn Kusama, they really did a great job. Really sharp-looking film. Never feels too long or too short. It's really a film that hits all the right notes if this is your cup of tea. And it was funny. I mean, it was funny. It was gruesome. You have a beautiful chick, a sexy chick like Megan Fox in there. Great soundtrack to boot. I mean, Diablo Cody's really got that thing. She managed to sneak in some older tunes like Urgent by Foreigner, but then blending some new age tunes like Panic at the Disco that I believe wrote a song actually personally for the Jennifer's Body soundtrack. So I mean, you get a lot of this new kind of emo kind of type stuff, which isn't bad. I mean, I don't personally like it, but it flows nicely and works well in the film, so it was cool. I mean, I dug the soundtrack. I think it suited the film really well. So I mean, all that said, I thought it was really cool. But to answer a lot of horny male YouTubers out there, the infamous nudity that may have been hinted at in previous pictures is not there, sadly, guys. Megan Fox is a huge cock tease in this movie. She shows cleavage. Yes, she looks hot to many. I can understand why many people think she's hot. I just don't think that she's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Sexy, but not the best. But like I said, she does show, your nudity, and there is that scene of her swimming in the lake. totally cops out. You don't see even, you know, a centimeter of a crack or the slightest, you know, sight of a nipple or anything. So if you guys are going into this movie to see it just for that reason, sorry. But they do, Amanda Seyfried and Megan Fox do have a pretty intense lesbian makeout session that surprisingly serves no purpose to the film. Amanda Seyfried is not under the possession of the devil or anything. She does it, so I think that character has some lesbian tendencies, which are never acknowledged, but interesting. So overall, I really enjoyed it. Check it out if you guys, you know, liked my review. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys probably next week with another Q review. Thanks again. This is Frightener22.